Today we're going to take a ride in David's 1967 GT500 from Sauls Performance. I'm very excited to finally be in this car. I've been wanting to review this car since I started YouTube. I got in touch with him when I saw it at Mustang Week. So I hit him up and here I am the following weekend. This is probably one of the coolest cars I've featured on my channel. It makes 950 horsepower with a 2009 GT500 mod motor swap. It has air conditioning, power steering, full interior, looks like a show car but will run a 9 down the quarter mile. This thing is so sick. I hate to go down that whole street car rabbit hole because I know that's kind of controversial with some people, but if this isn't a street car, then I don't know what is. So anyways guys, let's dive into it and I hope everybody enjoys it.
Since approximately 2000. It's had some couple of different powertrain swaps in it, big block Ford, automatic to stick shift, back to automatic. Now it's got a 07 to 9 GT500 5.4 iron block based engine that has been in since 2009. Only recently kind of went back through it, just kind of check things out, put a set of cams in it, some L&M cams. VMP Gen3R. It's on Holly now instead of a factory Ford computer, and a T56 Magnum.
Nice. Pretty
much suspension wise is kind of home built with a 9-inch 4-link, coilovers all around, Hydro Boost, got AC power steering.
That's cool.
You can see it drives pretty darn good. I'm in 6th gear, 2,000 RPM. It's approximately 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an old car, but it's a little different.
Shit.
if these tires get some heat in them, these Icky Thompson radials do pretty good.
Yeah.
With the suspension that I've got in it and how I set it up.
Right.
The spring, the rate, the shock, everything just works pretty darn good.
Yeah. I mean, it spun a little bit, but it gathered and then it.
Well, that was a 2nd gear stab.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, it's funny now, to me, having AC and power steering in a swap car is like a hard flex.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's cooler than it making like 2,000 horsepower. Having AC and power steering, like, I think that's so badass.
Yeah, it's an older swap, you know, before Coyotes got real popular.
Right.
And personally, I think this swap fits this car better. Not to say anything negative on a Coyote swap, but I really like this setup. It's different, kind of my own.
Right.
Overall, I mean, it's been super reliable and makes good power.
Yeah. Well, has it ever? Well, I'm sure it's been on your dyno.
Yeah.
So what does it make? Roughly.
Well, I mean, I've got a flex tune I set up in here, and on 93, trying to be conservative with RPM because it just keeps making power. But on 93, it makes 800.
Wow.
Relatively easily.
Yeah. That's
on
impressive.
E85, which is on now, it makes almost 950.
Nice.
Exactly, everything stayed the same.
Yeah.
Pulley wise and everything, you know, but a little bit more timing in it.
So what does this car weigh? I know it's pretty light.
This car with the
just to put that in perspective,
the automatic that I had in it, with me sitting in the car, it was 3725.
Oh wow, that's actually heavier than I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, this motor is heavy as hell.
The heavies, it's an iron block.
It's an iron block. The cylinder heads are huge. All the little GT500 specific stuff is heavy. Timing cover, oil cooler mount, all that stuff is kind of heavy overall. The blower, it just adds weight. But this car, other than a hood and a trunk lid, is steel. So.
Yeah.
And like the brakes, it's a Hydra Boost with SN95 rear brakes, and then some pretty much kind of a bullshit front brake setup.
Yeah.
Nothing special on the front, and the rear is just something you can go to the store and buy today, you know, not something weird.
So you said the headers on this thing, you fabbed up yourself, you did all that?
The motor mounts, headers, whole exhaust all the way out the back.
Okay.
Was actually, the headers and all the exhaust was my first ever stainless TIG project.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on an old machine that I really had no idea what I was doing. But there's no leaks and they're still holding up, no cracks. That's about the only thing you can just store by. Everything else has to be handmade.
Yeah.
You don't buy a fuel system to just bolt onto this. You don't buy, you know, exhaust. You don't cooling system and all that, because GT500 stuff is specific. They got kind of a rat's nest of cooling hoses.
Yeah.
So you just got to kind of do it all on your own and then get it all to fit in here.
Which, I mean, I would assume this probably isn't that common of a swap, right? In these.
No, I've seen some online here and there.
Yeah.
Most of them are completely stock setups, you know, straight out of a wrecking yard or whatever.
Right.
Even have the 6060 trans and the shifter way back here, and all stock kind of setup.
Oh, so is this this has been moved?
Well, it's been raised.
This a stock
it's been raised because of the transmission I had, the auto I had before.
Right.
And even a T56 Magnum needs surgery to get it in there. And then if you had a 6060 or a T56 XL, where it moves the shifter back here, which seems like it might be more ideal, but I don't like my elbow going behind me.
Yeah.
But this is, I wish it was in between. This is a little too far, and then the other is too far back.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it seems like it's got nice placement here.
Yeah, and I guess my overall height, it just kind of, it works out okay.
a little bit.
It'll come down pretty quick, but
And this is with no ice.
no.
Yeah, this is just cruising.
And it's hot.
And it's, yeah, it's pretty hot out. I mean, it's not.
See, it's dropping pretty quick. Have a limited space for like a big cooler.
Yeah.
So what I have in there now is a S550 Whipple heat exchanger.
Oh, okay.
In the front, sandwiched with my AC condenser and the radiator and everything, and it's all just kind of crammed in there without a real directive flow into it other than my grill.
Yeah.
Like newer cars have air deflectors and everything else. This is just kind of what it is, but now it's 124 degrees. It's the 20 pounds of boost heat,
Yeah,
is adding to it, and the ambient air that's ridiculous right now.
The 2.8 pulley on it.
It's a 2.8,
Yeah.
and I have a 10% lower.
Oh,
But
okay.
the cams will drop the boost some, so I just chose that pulley, and it. I mean, on 93, I've got almost no timing in it, just for be on the safe side.
Yeah.
When I know it would be fine, because I beat on it a lot on 93.
Yeah.
And on the 85, this honestly, I could put a lot more timing in it, but I'm like feeling a little sketched out about the rotating assembly.
Yeah.
And if I can just make it live for a longer period of time, I'll just go that route. Until I get bored with it, and I might do something else, change the pulley.
Yeah.
Because plenty of guys run a much smaller pulley and that lower, and
Right.
no problem. So,
But yeah, and it's a pretty basic setup, just a rods and pistons
yes.
motor. It's not sleeved. Any of that.
This is just an iron block,
Yep.
maul pistons, run-of-the-mill Manley rods, ARP hardware, L&M cams, valve springs.
Since this thing has been back manual, it hasn't gone down the track, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
But
I'm actually a little bit terrified to do it.
Yeah.
And breaking something or whatever, but I got thoroughly bored with the auto setup, but the car never once ever gave me trouble. It was stone cold reliable, but it was boring.
Yeah.
And I think it was more just I have to change things up to stay interested.
Right.
And after I sold the 40100 out of here, I bought this and just wanted some drama in my life. And yeah, I'd like to do the track, and then HRP shutting down, and a bunch of different reasons why I just decided I'm going to do something different and put this in.
It's more fun, enjoyable street car.
It is, until this clutch starts to piss me off with the chatter, because this is a RXT 1200.
Oh, it's an RXT. Okay.
And from time to time, it's got some chatter.
Yeah.
And usually chatter in front of people who are gawking at you. And then I got to look like I have to learn how to drive again.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, that's a heavy clutch too.
Yeah, and this is a hydraulic setup that's mimics a S550
okay.
clutch setup. So once again, stuff you can't just buy.
Yeah.
But like the bell house, it's got a McLeod bell housing, McLeod clutch, McLeod flywheel, Magnum, a Strange drive shaft with billet yokes on it.
Okay.
Differential is Strange housing, Strange S-track diff.
Okay. Wow.
Strange
nice.
370 gear.
Yeah.
Strange 35 spline axles. I don't think I'm going to break anything, but I still don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Of course.
And I'll eventually get out there on like a Sunday night at the 8th mile, which is still not one of my favorite things to do, but I'll do that on some Sunday night.
So before, what has this car run?
Without
I guess
basically not doing anything. Just go up to the lane, don't ice nothing down, don't ice the intercooler water, don't do nothing. Just go up there and make a rip. It's gone 990s several times.
Wow.
Then in the summer, it's gone 10 O's. I I could bracket race at 10.0 all day long.
Yeah, dang.
That was with basically a stock transmission.
Yeah.
Real tight torque converter, stock cams, all that. But it was making 100. Well, on the E85, it was making just over 700 with that setup and the old blower.
Yeah.
So now, you know, another, let's just say 150 more, and then now I have to manhandle this.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I could get into 9s again, no problem, and maybe some really good mile an hour, I'll be happy with that. It's not like I'm trying to compete with it or race it. I just want to do something different.
Right. No, I understand that. So, like, what about the cage and all this? Like,
this is all stuff I did.
You fabbed this too?
This is all homemade back a long time ago. I do want to redo it because when I was at the track before, they made note of the lack of cage.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. I just, as long as I can just stay at that 10.0 thing and not really, you know, get harped on, then that was fine.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to do any work like these guys that are setting up a tent and icing things down and transferring water and doing all this this work.
Yeah.
Sure, this car could probably picked up a couple of tents. I'm not a frequent track guy.
No.
I'll go with somebody else who's got a car and be support, but my own self, it just feels like it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Got this car pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Had quite a few people interested in it at the same time I was there visiting the guy selling it, and purchased this thing off of Houston Chronicle Classifieds. That's how long ago that was.
Yeah.
No Craigslist or none of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Bought the car for $3,000. Took it home, immediately stripped it. Started on, you know, surprise rust areas.
Yeah.
And I'm not a body guy.
Yeah.
But I did what I could, the best I could. Got all that cut out, replaced, painted it myself. Used a big block 460 that my dad used to have in his Capri. Used that, put fuel injection on it, ran it on off of a Fox body computer.
Wow.
Ran on that for quite a few years. Changed the heads, changed the cam, did a bunch of weird little stuff. But I always wanted to do a mod motor, period.
Yeah. That's what you're known for.
And this was my chance, was to do it in here, because I had a buyer that wanted everything I had turnkey.
Yeah.
He had a similar year model car and everything. So, perfect candidate. So sold all that stuff to him, and then started the hunt for parts, because I wasn't going to spend 17 grand for a crate motor.
No, hell no.
I got a good deal on the short block, and then found some heads on eBay, found an intake on eBay, found a blower on eBay, and had a total of about $6,500 in it. I already had an automatic that would bolt up to it. I used it, and I was kind of doing it somewhat on a budget, really tight budget.
Yeah.
And like I said, that stayed there since 09 to recently.
Yeah.
And that's when I pulled it apart, made sure everything was good, put new gaskets in it, and did the 6-speed swap. So here we are here.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about this car from other people that, you know, vehicles you've worked on or whatever. And I remember my buddy Lewis telling me, like, that car looks like a show car. It's so clean, and then it will run a 9 down the quarter mile. And I'm like, wow, like, that's pretty badass. It's nice to have that kind of in between, you know. It does both.
The car is an oddity, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not a run-of-the-mill same thing you see all the time.
No, of course not.
Although sometimes I wished it was, because I didn't have to make stuff all the time.
True.
You know, I want to do this, I want to do that. Well, now I got to make it, or I got to cobble together, you know, a couple different year model stuff, and
yeah, you can't just order it.
Yeah, but that's what I find myself doing daily.
Well, all right, David, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to show me your GT500. I think this thing is really badass, and honestly, it's quicker than I thought it would be. So yeah, this thing pulls
appreciate it.
hard,
and
man.
it might be a combination of just an old car and
Yeah.
you know, and how much pull it does have.
Yeah, it's just raw.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you coming over and doing this.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
It's pretty cool.
But guys, I'm gonna link in the description of this video his shop. Be sure to check out Sauls Performance. He's got an Instagram and a Facebook account. He's very active with these modular motors. Does a lot of Lightnings, Terminators, Cobras, all that stuff, you know, NA, supercharged. But he's really good at what he does. But I'm gonna link his Instagram and Facebook in the description of this video, so hit him up. Tell him Shane sent you. But anyway, guys, I appreciate everyone tuning in. Peace.